Oops, that went wrong. What happened there? Let me see if I can restart that thing because that doesn't sound great, right? Let's get things started again. Let's try it again. And what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Tech Condo. My name is Petra Verbruggen, and it's fantastic to see you all here with your smiling faces. It is indeed Saturday. It is time for Tech Condo, and it's really good to see all of you coming from all over the world. Of course, the first person to arrive was MT, like he always does. Really appreciate you for taking the time. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I'm just checking my phone because typically if I bring my phone into production, then you guys hear some background noise. There might be some additional fans going on today. That's because I actually added my 19-inch rack for just one brief moment in today's show so that I can show you something. I also see Raoul is in the house. Welcome. And of course also Gerard. Cool of you guys to be here. Niels, welcome back. Good vibes, he says. Excellent. Thanks a lot. And Gerard, he mentioned something. I'm missing the cat intro. So here's the deal. The first question of the day is, do you want the cat intro back? Yes or no? Or do you want to have let's say a camera that is pointing right there or there, pointing down to where I'm sitting so that you can see me, preparing the show, so that you have a little bit of a behind the scenes feel before the show starts. It's up to you. Do you want to have behind the scenes or do you want to have the cat? So behind the scenes or BTS or cat. Just choose one of the two. BTS, cat. And I will make sure that I will do whatever you like. Here we go. Yep, here we go indeed. Garrett is also in the house. Oh, sorry, Graham. Sorry, is in the house from a noisy Edinburgh pub. That's awesome. Indeed, very awesome. And indeed, yeah, last week it was not a good week indeed. Thank you so much for saying that. Robert is also in the house. Good morning from Seal Beach, California, US of A. And California is with a C, or is it somewhere else? I believe California is in the West Coast, right? West Coast, Best Coast. Preparing sounds great. BTS cat cam. Well, it might be that the cat is also on the picture. If I'm holding it high enough and I'm pointing it from that position right there, then that would be great. Let's show you what that will look like roughly, because I have to do that via my phone at the moment. But this point might be something that you guys would like to see. So I'm all in it for the live show, right? Let's show that to you. I will also go via my phone with the audio just for that a small moment. So bear with me. So I'm flipping around to, where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay, so let's show to you right there. I'll put my hand in front of the phone so that you don't see everything. And then let's go here. And now you should be via my phone. And let's show you what I was thinking about. Roughly something like that. Wouldn't that be cool? So let me know if you like this kind of behind the scenes look, and I will make that happen. And we're back. Right. Okay. So that was what I was thinking about. BTS and camera. Right. Okay, so let's talk about the main dish of today, because of course I just want to make sure that we go into the in-depth of the story. So the story is actually about communications and tele. And before I go into the main topic, just because some of you guys may not know what I'm talking about, brief introduction on what I'm talking about if you don't know. So if you have a bigger production that which you have multiple cameras, maybe 2 or 3 or maybe 4 or maybe even more than that, and you're registering something like a program, then the people that are actually presenting want to know which camera you're actually looking at, so that they can really talk to you like I am doing right now. So I'm literally looking into a lens, not towards you, but into a lens. And that feels a bit better than if I would do it like this, because this doesn't make sense at all, right? Now, so that is really a reason for a tele, but it also has an additional reason, and that is that the cameraman knows that he or she is active. They know that whatever they do, the movements that they make, the zoom in or zoom out, it's all going to go live to the stream, live to the TV program, that kind of stuff. So that is where these lights come into play. And this is a tele light right here. I'm going to show you what it looks like in just a bit. But basically, it's just a red light that shows, hey, watch it. You have to do something. Or do not do anything at the moment because you're live. Next to that, you also want to give instructions to cameraman. So that is where Intercom comes into play. So basically, they have a cameraman has maybe a 1 ear or 2 ear headphone on, so that they can listen to what you're saying. Hey, go to the left. Can you zoom into this? Can you go right? Maybe you could give me a close up. Hey, I already have this shot. Can you give me something else? That kind of instruction, because that's really literally what it is. You're going to instruct the cameraman what you want as a producer. Today, what we're going to do is that we will provide you some insights on the possibilities on how you can do that with either vMix or your ATEM Mini. So those are the two that I'm really going to talk about today. And I'm also going to talk about, let's say, 3 different versions of, let's say, the comms or tele. The first one, well, is actually just locally hardwired, making sure that it's really physically there, and we're going to talk about how we're going to do that. As a matter of fact, this is the way that I typically do it, because I have a on-location production suite that allows me for cables of the length of 20 meters. So that is what I do. Of course, you can make it more than that, but I have chosen 20 meters as the way that I will do my own productions on events, etc., etc. And if I need more, I'm gonna either couple cables, or I will rent larger cables, one of the two. Next to that, if you need to, that there's always a possibility to perform a local wireless network. So we're going to very briefly talk about a solution that I had my hands on a year ago or something. We're going to just talk about that. I don't have it at the moment, but I will get it somewhere in the future again. And then the last but not least, you might also need something else, like, for example, a remote production. And the remote production, the way that I have envisioned it, doesn't have to be exclusive. So you can also have a combination of what I just said, for example, hardwired, and that remote production, because you need more cables, or you need somebody who's roaming, that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's talk about the first one, and that was the hardwired setup. And in order to do that, I want to show you my 19-inch rack again. Bear with me if you hear some audio problems, then it's going to be very short. I will be going into my camera on my phone. So that's the NDI HX camera. And that will... Sorry for that. And now I will show you what I use to bring to perform comms, etc. And that is right here. So as you can see, you see those green buttons on the top. That is the intercom system. And what I like about this, and maybe I should, I see that I have double audio at the moment. Sorry for that. I will go a little bit closer. And I will go here and I will show you how things work. So here you go. Here you got a microphone input. So there is this large microphone that you can have in front of you, and this is a button that allows you to mute all channels, or you can mute these channels, or maybe have only 1 and 3 available to you. So that is the way that you can be very precise on what people can hear. And also there's also a light, but that's not important for this situation. But this is connected to the ATEM switcher that you see here below. And if I would go to this run right here, so now camera 2 is active and camera 1 is in preview, then that would mean that the tally is not active. If I then would press this one again, then the tally would be active. So that is what I will do in just a minute, so that you know what I will be pressing. What is important to note is that in order for that product to talk to this product, you do need to have a Blackmagic converter, which is a GPIO and tele. And that is really important to utilize, because otherwise you cannot bring in the GPI output into the ATEM. So let me get rid of the camera in order to get rid of the noise. And I forgot to show that to you, so I will be quickly checking that, how it looks like. Blackmagic, yeah, there it is. All right, so the box that you really need in order for it to work is this one right here. So that's quite an expensive piece of equipment, a GPI and tele. So this is just it might be cheaper, just picked one, the first one that I could find, but that GPI and tele does provide that information to the interface. And if you want to know what the interface is that I am using, it is by Data Video, and I really like it because it is not, let's say, it's not banging my buck. I mean, I do. It's not that expensive as, for example, the digital version. So if you go to the Data Video website, which I will do right here, and you can scroll down a little bit, you will find the Intercom systems. So COM or comms is of course short for Intercom. If I would click on that, you see that there are two versions: a ITC 300, a digital intercom system, or the ITC 100, the intercom system. And that you actually see that this one is 2,000 euros, and this one is let's say the half of the price. But don't let that fool you, because it's even better than that. The ITC 100, that's the one that I have, is that it's actually a complete system, unlike the ITC 300, the digital version, where you also need to purchase the belt packs like that I have right here separately. That is not that's not needed for the ITC 100. The ITC 100 comes. Sorry, I will show you to you again. So this one right here comes with a full setup. So it comes with 4 times a belt pack, with 4 times a tele light, and also, of course, one time the system itself, and it's 20 meters cable. And that's also the reason why I've chosen to go with 20 meters. So this product was actually the one that actually made me convinced me to say, okay, now I'm gonna how to say that, I'm gonna make all my length of all the cables that I need to go to cameras, all of them the same length, which is 20 meters, which makes it way easier to know what we're talking about. Of course, I still need to have shorter HDMI cables or SDI cables, but the ones that are really going to another location are all 20 meters. So that is the reason why I did that. That's really based on this particular unit that was inspirational, I would state, for the rest. Now, how does that work? Well, again, you just connect your ATEM switcher to the GPI and tele box that I just showed you just a few seconds ago, and that one is then connected to this product. The connection from the ATEM Mini to the GPI box is Ethernet, so it's just a network cable, but it does have a pass-through. So even though you might think that, oh, then my network cable is just done, it's terminated. No, it is not. It will have a pass-through so that you can still use it for a router or something else. So basically what you do is that in that box, in that GPI tele box that I showed you right here, you enter the IP address of the switcher, and then it will work. And basically the output is I think it's a serial connection that goes into the back of the ITC 100, the Intercom system, and that then provides that beautiful functionality. That functionality is actually provided by a 5-pin XLR cable, which is right here. I hope that you can, yeah, it's barely noticeable, but yes, it is noticeable. So it's a 5-pin XLR cable. Why 5 pins? Of course, it needs to have audio. It needs to have the GPI information, so it needs to know when the tele is on or off. But it also provides the power. So this product right here does not have any battery inside of it. It's all delivered via this cable right here. So as you can see, this basically is 100% that. This is what it looks like. There's nothing in there. So if I now press, or if I click on put this one in, it will automatically be powered up, and you see that the tele light is actually red. That is correct, because you just saw that I had channel 1 open. If I would then press channel 2, and I have to go down because I have not I don't have a remote at the moment. So, and if I now look, then you see that it's again not active. And of course, yeah, you can imagine now it is. So that's the way that people can see what is going on. But wait a second, that's on the belt. And that's not really handy because, well, then you have to still look to your belt to see if it's active, yes or no. So because of that, they also come with 4 of these lights that are that have a Velcro functionality, and all that you have to do is to put this one into a jack which states Axed Tele LED or LED, and now it becomes a red light. This is red. You don't see it, but it is red. So now you know that this is live, and if you put that one on top of the camera, then both the cameraman sees it, but also your talent can see it. Next to that, you can also add a headphone. This is the one that comes with the box. It's not the most perfect one. It's also very open, but so basically what we typically do is that we utilize other closed headsets, and then okay, we don't have a microphone to talk back, but that's basically also not that important, so we're very happy with that. So if I put this one in the headphone jack, like so, then this one is active and I can actually talk to that person. But in this particular situation, note there's a microphone, so that means that they can also talk with me. How they do that is that they need to press this button, and that states, I hope that you can see that, talk. If I press this talk, I can hear it on that set, which is fantastic in my opinion. So that is the way that it works. And of course, if you're done with it, you just remove that 5 pin XLR, and basically that's done. The box that I just showed you, the ITC 100, comes with 4 of these units, but it can handle up to 8 of those units. I have never had the need to go that far, because if you have an unmanned camera and you don't want that the talent to look into that camera, doesn't really make sense to have a tele at all. That's one. And the second part is that if I would have a need to have more of these, they're very easily to purchase. Again, we're talking about the 1400 range, which is quite expensive. However, it is really working perfectly with my A10 Mini. Watch it. This does not work with your vMix system, unless if you would put a GPI card in there, you can make it work because vMix can handle GPIO. However, that's not that use case right there. So that is what I had in store for Hardwired. And before I continue, I just wanted to make sure that you guys have, or you have any questions or etc. Namaste, welcome. And sub D, what do you mean MT about that? Sorry, I don't know. Sorry about that. Anyway, I love that set. I really do. It does really help me for my big events production. So that's really part of that situation, that scenario. Actually, to be honest, I want to have dedicated scenarios for huge events. Well, huge events will always incorporate renting stuff, but this is maybe let's call that large. So extra large, always with rents, or so a hybrid with partly my own stuff, partly rented. Large will be what I showed you right here. So everything is there, and it can be hybrid. It can have up to 2 Zoom calls, and it also has. So it's really a hybrid situation. I can also have a local monitors that I can show the content on. So it's all possible with that link. Medium would be based on the A10 Mini Extreme, which I still use for that. For small, I'm working on a setup. Cannot really talk about it yet, but it's coming. It's coming. The small version. MT says additional 4 units for 1,400 euros. Then it's much cheaper to buy a second rack unit. I agree with that statement, MT. I am also not expecting that it has that I would always have that 8 units. I cannot imagine that from my perspective. I did, however, had one time 5 that I needed. But that's where the third option comes into play, because then I have another solution for that. But for this, it's okay. Sub D, oh yeah, that's what you meant. Sub D 0.5 pin. Yes, that's correct. The multi-pin connector for the GPI unit. Absolutely 100% correct. Go Web Technologies. Can we get RTMP video from LiveView Solo via LiveView Cloud without any server in between? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But then you need to have an RTP server in your own studio, which you can make with, for example, Nginx, for example. So yes, you can. Right, so that's the wired solution, and that's, again, what I typically use. I also have another solution that I don't have it at the moment in my possession. Well, I think I do. However, I cannot obtain it at the moment. And that's a bit of a bummer, because it's actually quite nice is that we can also talk about a wired solution, a wireless solution, so via Wi-Fi. And that is an example that actually works quite well. And I, again, had it in my possession and still have it, but I cannot find it at the moment. But that's because my studio is at the moment in, let's say, summer mode, which means that there's a big air conditioning in this studio. I simply don't have the space anymore to grab and find it. So, unfortunately. But that is this one by QB. And QB is a Dutch company. And it is a set of 4 of these small units that you can just fit barely on top of a camera. That's where you can find it right there. It's really, really small, but it does have telelight. It is via Wi-Fi, so that means that you can connect to it wirelessly. And the kit comes with also some battery packs, which is based on pen lights. I hope that I can find what's in the box somewhere, but I don't think that I can find it. Maybe here. No. So this one? No. But I can tell you what it is. So it comes with 4 times that unit, and 4 times a plastic enclosure that allows you to add 2 times a pen light, and that will bring you a lot of juice, because it really doesn't have a lot of energy that it needs. And you can utilize a piece of software that you have to install on your Windows or Mac computer, and that is where you can then connect to either your ATEM switcher, but you do need to have the ATEM software on that same system for it to work. And on the other side, you can also use, and again, you can also use vMix for it. And what it does is that it utilizes the vMix web services to switch between, to look which channel is active, and that will then be the one that it will also show. So that will work. That has worked for me. But being wireless, I do believe that it only works when you are in a location that you have full control on. I did use it one time at an event, an indoor event, and I did set up the wireless, but there were so much people that were on the same wireless connection that it was a bit buggy. So that's the reason why I've chosen not to continue working on it, and I'd rather have the wire system. However, that being said, again, if you are in control, that will work. So that is QB. That is the one. It's also way cheaper. It's about half of the price, about 700, 800 euros. So that is where you can find it. It's you can purchase it in the US, in the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, Italy, Switzerland, and Sweden. That's where you can find it, right there. And maybe we can also click on this, because then you will see what it is. So 899 euros for the ones together. And you see also the big light. That's the same light that we just saw as part of the wireless connection that we had. So that is that part. Good, I would state. Good stuff. But there's one more which is actually more interesting in my opinion. And that is the following. And in order to do that, I need to switch on my laptop. So I'll just make sure that I'm connected. All right. So, and the other one is a product called Unity Comms. And Unity Comms is actually a product that is fully embracing 4G or 5G technology. So you can utilize the phone of a person as a way to communicate with the cameraman. And the way that it works is that if I would open Unity here, you'll see that you have a nice graphical interface where you can see who that you can talk to. So I can actually state I don't want to talk to myself, but only to for example. So you can really make that work the way that you want it to do it. And it is fully wireless. Now, this product that I have right here is running via a cloud service. So that is available in the cloud. The only thing that you need to do, and that's what we're going to do in just a bit, is that you can sign up as your company. And then once you have done that, you can select the subscription that you want to have. And then once you have done that, you can use it for comms purposes. It's not working as a tele. That's a bit of a shame. If you want to really use it also as a tele, then that's where the server comes into play. And that is a Mac only product. So this is what I've downloaded today. It's also in trial version. Going to talk about it in just a bit. But I just wanted to show you what it can do. So you can hook up on this Mac. At the moment, it's just using the built-in microphone, the built-in speakers, but you can also add a DAW device, like for example, a force. What was it again? A Focusrite. I just wanted to check the name. You can add a AD converter and use that for as a microphone input or an output. And you can also a lot of customization that you can use. You can add people. You can add channels, like you can also do on the cloud version of it. Here you've got the users that you can connect. And what they can hear or what they cannot hear. And what I really like about this one is that you can also utilize this, and it's again GPIO, like I did on my wired system. You can also do that on the Unity server. You can state which kind of switcher that you use. Is it a Blackmagic ATEM switcher? Is it a vMix system? Is it a new tech system? So you can pick and choose vMix or your Blackmagic ATEM switcher. You fill in the IP address, and basically once that is connected, then boom, it will work for you. There is a downside on this product, is that it's not cheap. First and foremost, it has to run on a Mac. It does run on a Mac Mini perfectly, so you do not need the biggest system. However, you do need a computer that is running it. Also, you need to buy licenses. I've not done it, but so this is a download that I just did for this show so that I can show it to you, because I'm not going to use it this way. I'm going to use it a different way, and that is the cloud version. Because if I look into the prices, for example, the unit base 3 user license, so that is 3 users that you can connect. And there's also an additional license needed. That's Unity Tele license. It's quite expensive. So if I click on purchase, you will see that the prices are steep, I would say. So 720 euros for the base model, and again, it's 720 euro for the tele. So that basically means that it's roughly the same price as the price of my hardware solution right there. So that was basically the reason why I've decided not to go with that one. But it is good to have it in the back of your head, because if you do not need this wired system, I think this is a good one as a other possibility, because you can just install a Android app or an iOS app and you have your Telelight with you. Telelight will work on this application, but not with the cloud setup. But Petra, how does that look like? How does the cloud thing look like? Well, let's check that out. So again, let's go back to this system. So this is the application that we're running. And if you go to pricing, you see that you have the Unity Intercom. That's the server that I just discussed. And you have the Unity Cloud. The Unity Broadcast, it's out of our league. Not even going to look at that. But the Unity Cloud is quite affordable, I would state. So let's click on the Unity Cloud. Go to Unity Cloud setup, and I'm going to log in as a customer. So I'm going to remove myself a little bit because I don't want to show you my personal email address. And that would not be a good idea. And then, yes, I can show it like this. So once you are logged in and you have connected your credit card, you are greeted with this screen. This is where you can fill in information on who to contact, but also the names of the channels that you want to have. So I've chosen the name Petra, and then camera 1, camera 2, and I've also added the abbreviation. So instead of seeing a 1 or a 2 or a 3, PV Petra Verbruggen does say more to me than just nothing at all. So that is the reason why I added that. And once I go there, sorry, because there's some personal data here. I want to show you the subscriptions that I have. This is also immediately I can show you how I'm using this product, because I've used this product before. So as you can see, I've used it in 2019, I've used it in 2020, and now in 2022 again. And this is really the way that I'm envisioning this product. This product provides me really a functionality that is flexible, and sometimes I just need additional intercoms, and this will help me to add at least 3 of them, but I can select more if I would like to. So there are multiple subscriptions that I can look for, and these are just a few of them that you can search for. You can have annual subscriptions, which I do not do. You've got event functionality. That might be the case one day that I will use that, depending on the situation. And what I've chosen to do is to have a 3 license for 3 months. So I will typically, that is for 60 euros. I'm ready for 3 months. Way cheaper. So this is a very nice product to work with. And all that you need to do now is, if I go into my phone, is to set it up. So I will be so all of that I needed to do is to log in with my company name, and then once I've done that, I needed to provide a username and password, and the username and password I can add to the to the web portal that you just saw. I'm not paying attention. Wait a sec. This is what I wanted. Start. Right. So all I did was that I in that. Oh, let me show that to you. Actually, let's go back. I'll show that to you. Yep. So now I've got the subscription, and if I then go to users, I now have. I'm an administrator, obviously, but I can just add a user. For example, I can add MT. For example, I can fill his name in. I can give a password. Well, no. Taekwondo, all lowercase. Hint, hint. Taekwondo, all lowercase. And then I can say, well, that person can talk only to myself, to the admin, but can listen to all of the other people. Oh, no, that's not possible. Yeah, you have to... if you want to talk to somebody, you also need to listen to it. Obviously, that makes perfect sense. But at least you can just say, well, let's just do it like this. And then no, it's not general admin, and I'm going to save it. Boom. Now MT is part of that situation right there. And then you can just then you can log in with your username, password, and of course the company. And it's not called Taekwondo, by the way. And once that is done, then yeah, the only thing that I need to do is assign that person to to a subscription, and that I can do right here. And now it is connected. That's all I need to do right there. So that is the back end of the system, and the front end of the system is right here. So let's try to show that to you guys. Give me a few seconds. Okay, let's close this one. Can I do that right here? Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. Can I change the location? No, I can't. All right, let's make a quick overlay on this one so that I can show it to you. So yeah, I think that is fine. Let's add the main camera right here. Main camera, and then the phone. Let's move that to the side. So, and then we're done. All right. Whoop, there you go. So let's show what it looks like. So here you have it. I can click on this I below, on the below end, you see a green eye logo. If I click on that, I can see that PV1 is Petra, camera 2 is camera 1, camera 3 is camera 3, etc., etc. So you can fill that in, all of it. You can then state I want to talk. So just I can press and hold it, and I can just talk to number 2. I can hold it. If I double tap it, it will remain active for the whole time. So I can just keep on talking, explain to people what I want, and then double tap it again to remove it. I can, if I really want to only talk to number 3, I can just remove number 2 and say, hey, I don't like what you're doing, go ahead. And once I'm done again, I can put it to everybody. So that, and I can also overrule it by hitting like this, and then I'm really overruling everybody, and everybody knows that I'm talking to them, which is fantastic that this is possible on this product. Now, if I would have that server environment, then if you are live, the whole backdrop becomes red. If you are in preview, it becomes green. So that is really cool that is possible on this application. I really like that. This is, for me, one of the most flexible ways of doing it. Let me check. Oh, there are a lot of comments. So let me go over that. Go Web Technologies. What's your view on Bird comms and Tele embedded in their NDI workflow? That's also great. Actually, I am using it, though it is logged into BirdDoc. So if you utilize other tools, and so you do need to have these boxes right here. Oh, wrong side up. You need to have one of these on every camera, otherwise it will not work. But it does work, so you can use it with comms. So this is definitely a possibility as well. Is it perfect? No. But it is doable? Yes. MT says, we've used in the past a Caravo Flex Tele 4 Tele boxes with built-in battery and one master unit connected to VLAN on the same network with the ATAM 750 at the moment. That's a nice price indeed, MT. Hey Stuart, what's going on? Neil says for ultra low budget production this week, I've used Tele Arbiter. Clients can connect via browser and other devices. There's no intercom, but you will be able to send text to any connected client. That is a starting point. Definitely interesting to look at that. Or MT already has why am I not you've seen a lot there, MT. Eric says 3 months of school for a subscription, more like pay as you go. Yes, indeed. Well, so the event is really pay as you go, so that basically you can have it for just one day. Say, okay, give me all that you've got. I want to have 15 people that can connect to it. And that's doable. That works like a charm, and you can have groups, etc. But indeed, this for my use cases, this is perfect. Again, only 20 euros a month. It's not really expensive. Neil says you have to blur parts of the video. Yeah, it's live. So it's quite a challenge to do that. Indeed, namaste to you guys. Indeed, like Eric was also saying. All right, so I think that we had a nice summary time at the moment. So again, I showed you the local hardwired solution. I have that as my default. 20 meters of cable all directions, meaning that it's enough 910 times. If I need more, it's really long distances. I can either go with longer cables that I need to rent, or I'm going to utilize the Unity functionality that I just showed you as a fallback scenario. That is really, really cool. Again, it doesn't have to be exclusive. It can be an additionally on top of it. I also talked about a wireless solution. Nice, but be aware that you can have some issues with the local Wi-Fi environment. So either you bring along your own Wi-Fi channel, or it is in an environment that it's not that there's not so much people there. That can also be the case. Then we have a third possibility, that is a remote production. That is via the Unity system that I just showed you, and that is really something that I'm really looking forward to utilize, especially in combination with let's see, a roaming camera with a wireless HDMI connector, for example, or maybe live views selected as well. So those are the options that I have in front of you. That's also what I have in store for you today. I have to tell you something, and that is of course summertime, which means that like last year, it's gonna be a bit of a trick to be alive every single week. So that's the reason why I've decided to show you already that there will be a few times that there will not be a show in July. Next week, July 9th, there's no show due to the fact that I need to produce a television show that will be broadcasted across the whole of the province, which is really cool, to be honest. So that will be something that I will be doing tomorrow as the first day, and next week on Saturday will be the final, and then that's the reason why I cannot be live there. Then we have 2 times that there will be a show, which I'm really looking forward to, which is great. And then we've got July 30th, which again will be a no-show, unfortunately. But again, the week after that, in August, I will be back. August will have a little bit of the same idea, that there will be a few times that I will not be there, but at least you know. I am, by the way, also working on a IBC setup. I will be there every single day during IBC in Amsterdam. I will actually be there as part of a crew to talk about vMix, which is really, really cool. So that's all that I had in store for you. If you have any questions with regard to video productions or television productions, let me know. I will be happy to talk to you about things. I do see that Scooter has entered the room, which is extremely cool, and I really appreciate you for taking the time. Have a fantastic Saturday, and I will see you in 2 weeks from now. Have a fantastic day. Bye bye.